In this lesson, students will be able to solve elapsed time problems to the hour, half hour, and quarter hour using a number line. Students have already learned how to tell time on an analog clock to the hour, half hour, and quarter hour, and plot that time on a number line. However, this is the first time they will be finding elapsed time. What is elapsed time? It is the amount of time that has passed between two set times or the duration of an event. For example, a friend invites you to play soccer at 5 o'clock. Your mother says it's fine, but that you need to be back for dinner at 6:30. How long do you get to play? Let's use a number line compared to a clock to help us solve this problem. Using our 24-hour number line, would this be in the AM or PM? Your child should be able to recognize this as the PM, so it would be afternoon. Let's zoom in, and on my number line I need to clearly mark my starting point, which is 5 o'clock, and we will begin our clock at 5 o'clock as well. Now let's mark the end point on the number line, which is 6:30. Wait, where's 6:30? Drawing upon what was learned in previous lessons, your child should be able to identify that 6:30 is halfway between 6 and 7. So let's put a tick mark for 6:30 and mark that as the end point. To find out how much time has passed, let's start counting by an easy interval, such as hours, to jump as far as we can on the number line. Our clock is going to change to reflect what is happening as we use the number line to solve the problem. We will begin at 5 o'clock and jump to 6, which is 1 hour. You will see the hands of the clock move accordingly. Then we can make another jump of a half hour or 30 minutes. And the minute hand will move another 30 minutes on the clock, reflecting our end time of 6:30. Looking at the number of jumps on the number line, we can see that we played for 1 hour 30 minutes. Let's try a more difficult problem. Samantha attended her family's reunion this summer. The reunion began with a potluck lunch at 12:30. Games and activities followed the lunch. Samantha and her family finally left the reunion at 4:15. How long did they spend at the reunion? This time, let's use a number line that has already been partitioned into half and quarter hours to solve this problem. Ask your child, should we place our starting point on 12:30 a.m. or p.m.? They should be able to recognize that lunch at 12:30 would be just after noon, so it would be in the p.m. Let's mark this as the start point. Our clock will also begin at 12:30 and reflect the problem solving on the number line. Samantha and her family left at 4:15, so we will mark this as our end point on the number line. There are a variety of ways for your child to solve this problem. One way might be to start jumping hour intervals as far as they can. So starting at 12:30, we would jump to 1:30, which is 1 hour. Then jump again to 2:30, which is 1 more hour. Then make a third jump to 3:30. I won't jump to 4:30 because that is past the end point. I will jump 30 more minutes to 4 o'clock and then the remaining 15 minutes to 4:15. Looking at my number line and adding up the intervals, I can see that 3 hours and 45 minutes have passed. Your child may make their jumps a different way. For example, using the same problem, your child may decide to jump in hour intervals starting at 12:30 to 1:30, 1:30 to 2:30, 2:30 to 3:30, and 3:30 to 4:30. Altogether, this is showing 4 hours. However, our end point was really 4:15, so we need to jump back 15 minutes. This model still accurately shows 3 hours and 45 minutes have passed. As your child works with problems like this, have them try several different jumping patterns for the same problem and discuss if they prefer one pattern over another and why. Our goal today was to solve elapsed time problems to the hour, half hour, and quarter hour using a number line. We did this by first determining if the times were in the AM or PM and correctly marking a start and end point on a number line. We then determined an effective way to jump hour, half hour, or quarter hours to mark the time passing. By looking at the number of jumps and their size, we were able to find the elapsed time.